Alright guys, we got some fantastic news coming from Scarlet and Violet. One of the things that we were concerned about happening has been confirmed that it is not, and we are actually getting something very important for the investors in Pokemon in 2023, and of course the collectors in Pokemon in 2023. Fantastic news, and we'll get after it right after this. Alright guys, before we really break into the fantastic news, I'm going to sit here and talk about another fantastic thing going on right now, which is going to be our giveaway. That's right guys, I am giving away sealed product, of course, for hitting 2,500 subscribers. Thank you everybody that's been part of this channel and been involved in this channel. I definitely appreciate everything that's being said and everything that's being done right now. We are building a Discord right now. We're having some good conversation in there. Of course, it's new, so just remember things are a little bit slow as they build up. We do have a sales floor in there, so if you're looking at selling product and things on the sales floor, definitely available to you for people that are looking for investment and trades and things like that. Working on some verified sellers in there too. I got a couple of them that are going to start posting stuff here, and that way we can actually see some verified sellers, which should help on those like percentage costs. You don't have to pay goods and services, and of course as a seller they don't have to pay the high fees through eBay and all these other places too, so it's kind of a win-win for a couple people to bring down the costs for that goods and services and also reduce the costs on the sellers, so people can maybe sell things at a little bit tighter margins to keep their prices a little bit better than what you might be able to see in other places. That's the overall hope, of course, and that's where we want to be heading for it when it comes down to the Discord side of things. As for the giveaway, there are several ways to enter the giveaway, and I just want to quick kind of recap them, but at the end of the video, there will be a video that describes how to do all of it. We're going to be doing that until January 20th here, and then I'd like to be doing the giveaway on the 21st or 22nd. That weekend, we'll be doing that. So on the 20th, I will close down all the entries, so that way I can get everything loaded up and ready to go for our live. I'm going to do a live giveaway when it comes down to it on the 21st or 22nd. You can get into this by multiple ways. Number one way you can get into it, of course, is subscribe to this channel. You're going to get a code, jump in, put the code in, you're going to get one ticket. You can go ahead and jump into Discord, of course. You're going to get one ticket there. Each one of these tickets, you can pick whatever prize you want to put your ticket on. You can go ahead and jump on to Instagram and Facebook and get 2 tickets there. And if you join the membership of this channel down below, any option that you choose, you're going to get 3 bonus tickets on top of it to put towards the giveaway. So once again, there's some multiple opportunities to join into this. Definitely a incentive to kind of join some of the different groups, and that way we can start building a community outside of YouTube. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and go into what we want to discuss today, which is Scarlet and Violet. Huge news has come out, huge opportunities have come out in Scarlet and Violet that we did not know were going to be there. You know, we know typically on a base set we see the end of a lot of expansions and a lot of shiny, flashy stuff that they do in the Pokemon TCG in that era. So usually like Radiant cards, we figured would go away. Amazing Rares would disappear. You're going to get a loss of, you know, we were thinking maybe alternate arts would be going away just because of the fact that when an era changes, a lot of times they get rid of the flash, they get rid of all of the bonuses, and we get rid of a lot of the, you know, the collecting and investing things that people are chasing and go back to basics, which is, of course, your mechanics. They're going to push that EX mechanic. They're going to focus on that, and they're going to want the players to be able to focus on that. And then usually the first expansion or 2 after that tend to stay with mechanic driven more than collector investor driven. They don't go for the flashy cards that are going to draw in those investors and collectors, which is where we were thinking that Sword and Shield might continue to see kind of a bump because, hey, there aren't going to be these flashy things inside of these sets. So thus, we might be seeing some opportunities still in Sword and Shield with that building. But good news is that for collectors and investors, they didn't quite do that. Now we know that there will be alternate arts inside of Scarlet and Violet. As of Thursday last week, it was announced on Poke Beach and on Poke Guardian that there will be 7 alternate arts for sure in Scarlet and Violet. Now, these alternate arts aren't like the big OG, you know, bring everything you got inside of the alternate arts. These are more down-to-earth alternate arts, you know, and we'll go over them one by one, and we'll have a discussion on kind of looking them over. And, of course, there's one big one that I really love, and I think will be a huge collecting item when it comes down to things in 2023. I also think there's a great investment opportunity in this and also in 2023. So once again, when it comes down to your Pokemon investing and collecting, there's definitely going to be that in this set. So the first one I'm going to pull up here is going to be this one, which is going to be the Slowpoke. Now the Slowpoke is a really basic artwork. just cool seeing Slowpoke kind of hanging out on the side like you maybe see him in the streets of town when you're walking out of Pallet Town or Lavender Town in the original series. Once again, just kind of chilling on the left-hand side of the picture there. He's just sitting there. Not a big flashy alternate art. Once again, I don't think this one's going to be a big bang for your buck. No one's going to run down and beat down doors to get this one. But once again, it is an alternate art. It's another addition to the series of them. Next one I'm going to put up here, of course, is going to be Rylu. Rylu, I think, is going to be a bigger hit. I think there's going to be a lot of people that are looking for that Rylu. It's going to be a fairly available alternate art. Once again, it's probably down in your V class or right around that range. So I think it's going to be a little bit easier to find at the end of the day. But overall, Rylu, of course, is the pre-evolution to Lucario. Big Lucario following, so people that are in the Lucario are definitely going to be looking for this Rylu. It's another opportunity to maybe catch it early and get a little bit of a boost on that investment if you can pull it early. Or if you see some good opportunities in the future, I think that this card will be a good card to get. Next one we got here is going to be the Birthday Cake Dog, I call it. I don't know the name of this Pokemon. I don't even know if I've never seen it before personally in all the different expansions through Sword and Shield and Sun and Moon. Maybe it's been there and I've just never noticed it, but they did give it an alternate art here, so it's a new character rare or a new alternate art. Definitely a cool little rendition of the dog sitting in the middle of the, middle of the living room, just chilling. Kind of looks like he's just sitting there chewing on a Gengar toy or Gengar. I don't know what he's doing on that part of it, but definitely a cool little rendition of a dog in its place inside of the Pokemon TCG. Last one I've got here, of course, are the two electric squirrels, which I cannot say their name. It's like Pichura or something like that. Please don't shoot me for not knowing that. Once again, another awesome alternate art. I think this is a really cool looking one. Once again, I don't think it's going to be a heavy hitter or a heavy chase, but I do think it'll be a cool little piece to have for a collection of your alternate arts. It's definitely a cool little, these two having fun together, running around and pushing each other, but definitely a fun little rendition once again. Last thing I want to get into are the three that I think are going to be the next movement from the Pokemon TCG. I think this is going to be a test to see how well this does, and I hope it does well. I think that this is a good evolution for these alternate arts to go from a single card to maybe something bigger. And when we talk about investing in 2023, when we talk about collecting in 2023, you have to have something that brings these people back and has them wanting more. And something like this, I think, is exactly what you're going to need. And that's these three alternate arts here. Now, the beautiful thing about this alternate art set is that they actually do a storyboard with this. And that is a huge change when it comes down to alternate arts. Alternate arts have been a one Pokemon character on one alternate art, and it's done. And here we have a full storyboard of a Pokemon all the way from the young age, the first evolution with their trainer as a kid, living at home, growing, becoming, a trainer or becoming a owner of a Pokemon. You have the second one, which is a character in their midlife, the owner of the Pokemon at their midlife. They have kids, their house is built up, and of course the Pokemon has hit their next evolution. They've grown with that person, and they're showing the growing between from the first and the second, and then the big movement, and of course, is moving into Gardevoir, and of course, the Pokemon trainer or owner into the later years of their life, where they're at home, they're a grandma or an older mother, and they actually have this Gardevoir, which has evolved with them and aged with them through time in their own home and in their own story, which is a fantastic change when it comes to alternate arts. I think this is huge, guys. It's just Gardevoir, I know, and some people are going to go, well, it's just Gardevoir. Gardevoir is a great modern Pokemon. I will say that. I like Gardevoir. I think that there's some great opportunities with Gardevoir when it comes to newer investors, but it's not going to draw in the people with money, and it's not going to draw in those OGs are looking for a Blastoise, Venusaur, Mew, Mewtwo, those kind of things. So this is definitely a huge opportunity that we are seeing here in the Pokemon TCG. Now imagine seeing this. So you've got Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, and then Venusaur. Or you've got Squirtle, Wartortle, and Blastoise, or you've got Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard. You could do these storylines now with alternate arts to continue that alternate art franchise with a new perspective, a new growing factor of this, which is gigantic at the end of the days, guys. This is the changes we need to see to keep people invested and keep people engaged in this hobby, or things like this in the Pokemon TCG. And this isn't going to serialize cards. They're not pulling any nuclear options in order to get to this point. They're just doing a simplistic art with storyboards of alternate arts, which is a huge change, a huge movement when it comes down to it, which I'm excited for. I think that this is going to be a gigantic move, And I think that this is going to probably be maybe a pilot to see how well this does and how perceived this is. But I hope that they stay with it. I hope we see this with some of the bigger Pokemon characters at the end of the day. Definitely, there's enough Pokemons that got 3 stages of evolution that you could put into this place and definitely have a lot of fun with this storyboard and different confrontations, different scenarios with all these different Pokemon. So imagine doing this with a Gengar. Start with a Ghastly, you go to a Haunter, and then you go all the way up to Gengar, and that's going to be a huge change. That's going to be a game changer when it comes down to it on a lot of these Pokemon. Definitely great opportunities out there. So you could even do this with the starters. You could do this with a lot of different Pokemon at the end of the day. But overall, I think that this is a fantastic move. I want to know, what do you guys think in the comments below? Do you think that this is a better evolution for alternate arts, or is this just a waste of time in the Pokemon TCG? Let me know in the comments below. I'm curious to know what you think. I think that this is a game changer. I think this is the next step that we needed to see in Pokemon to keep investors and collectors engaged into the hobby. So once again, that's my thought process. I think that they're a beautiful art set. I think that these will go far. I think that the Gardevoir is probably going to be your top chase alternate art out of here, of course, the Gardevoir EX. But I also think that people are going to want the full set of 3. So overall, there's going to be some great investment and collecting opportunities when it comes down to that particular set of alternate arts. So once again, guys, hopefully this is some good information. Hopefully this makes you a little excited that we are actually getting alternate arts right off the bat in Scarlet and Violet. Once again, hopefully we see some better ones coming up, some new evolutions of this storyboard line, and definitely something that we are looking forward to seeing. I want to see how this progresses next year, and I think that there's some great opportunities. So other than that, guys, if this is good information, once again, and you've made it this far in the video, be sure you hit that like, be sure you hit that subscribe. Once again, check out the videos I'm going to put down below to get into the giveaway. And as always, I'll put up these 2 videos. This one here will be your giveaway video. And we will see you next time here on Northwoods TCG.